North Korea's offer to allow inspectors into a missile engine testing facility is a significant achievement for Secretary of State Mike Pompeo from his tour through East Asia. But on his final stop in Beijing, he did not meet with the Chinese president, despite meeting with Kim Jong-un and the heads of state of South Korea, where I am, and Japan. So I spoke with a professor of Chinese studies to find out what these developments mean for U.S. relations with this part of the world.
I think the fact that Pompeo doesn't meet with Xi reflects something deeper in the structure of this process, where China is not at the center of the North Korean diplomacy anymore. You know, it's really about Seoul, Washington, and Pyongyang working closely together, and Beijing is kind of one step behind.
North Korea says it will allow inspectors into one location in the country. How significant is that?
So that's important because it addresses one of the skeptics' main points of critique of this whole process, which is you have no verification. You know, you have no monitoring of what's going on. And so I think that this is a real step. It's not a game changer, but it's a real step to address the issue of verification and transparency.
President Trump also suspended the war games, the exercises, joint exercises between the U.S. and South Korea. How big of a deal is that?
Well, that was an unconventional Trump move that's been very criticized from many quarters. But what that did is that opened up the space for North Korea to then make compromises. The U.S. and South Korea are not holding their joint military exercises, which are directed against North Korea. North Korea is not staging missile tests and nuclear tests, which, of course, are directed against the United States and South Korea. You know, so these are very positive gestures by both sides of kind of showing restraint, holding back.
Are you encouraged by the headlines out of this weekend's meeting?
Yeah, this is good stuff, because what I see is the process between the Americans and North Koreans looks like it's back on track. And it looks to me at this stage like Pompeo's trip got it back on track, and there's going to be a new team from the two sides, and we're going to see a little bit more sustained progress between the two of them.
Now, what's interesting is South Koreans are much more enthusiastic about President Trump now than they were 12 months ago. In a recent Pew Survey, 44% of South Koreans say they trust President Trump to do the right thing on the world stage. That number was 17% last year, making it the biggest jump in support for President Trump anywhere in Asia. Errol Barnett, CBS News, Seoul, South Korea.